Miss Alma, you brought this case before the court. What's going on?
Well, we are currently divorced and he's paying me child support. And lately he's been doing a lot of extra, he's a bartender, and he's been doing a lot of extra parties for professional. He's making like around an extra $5,000 a month in tips from his bartending gig. And I just feel like with 3 kids, we need to increase the child support. He's not agreeing with me on that.
Well, if what you're saying is true, I would agree with you too. We need to increase that child support amount. And you said how many children?
3.
3 children, okay. You said about $5,000 a month. And I have documents up here from your most recent court order, $500 a month?
Yes.
For 3 children?
For 3 children.
Hey everyone. Today we're breaking down a compelling child support case that had the courtroom buzzing. This case revolves around Miss Alma, who brought her ex-husband to court seeking an increase in child support for their 3 children. The issue? Her ex-husband, a bartender, has been making an extra $5,000 a month in tips from high-profile events, but still only contributes $500 per month in child support. Miss Alma argues that this amount is nowhere near enough to support their children, especially given his increased financial status.
Is there anything else you want me to know before I move over to him?
No, I just think that he's denying the fact that he's making this additional money every month, and I think it's obvious everything he puts onto the media, buying drinks for people and buying shots, and he's at these high-profile parties, and I just think that he needs to do what's right for our kids, and it's hard to take care of that many kids on $500 a month.
Right, right. Yeah, I would definitely agree. What about health insurance for these children?
They're on Medicaid.
Okay, all right.
Judge Vunderbee wastes no time in getting to the facts. Miss Alma presents evidence that her ex has been flaunting his extra income on social media, spending lavishly while their children remain on Medicaid. The judge asks the father if the claims are true, and after some hesitation, he admits to making more money but insists he needs to save for the future. He argues that he provides additional support by buying clothes and backpacks occasionally, but Judge Vunderbee isn't impressed. She firmly reminds him that parenting is about more than just occasional gifts. It's about consistent financial and emotional support.
Sir, first off, is what she's saying true? What does that mean?
Sort of, yes, I do bartend for some celebrities sometimes.
So the answer is yes, that what she said is true, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
I mean, they have done good so far. I thought $500 would be good. I mean, they have been doing great. I mean,
you think $500 is enough to raise children and you're making an additional $5,000 a month?
Well,
Is that what you're saying?
Yes, I bring them clothes, from time to time. That helps them,
That's called parenting.
Backpacks,
Parenting.
laptops.
Parenting.
As the discussion continues, it becomes clear that the father is reluctant to take on additional financial responsibilities, despite his increased earnings. He claims that his job is unstable and that he must set aside money for emergencies. However, Judge Vunderbee quickly points out that while financial planning is important, it cannot come to the expense of his children's well-being. Raising 3 children is a continuous financial commitment, and $500 per month is simply insufficient to meet their needs. The judge also highlights that Miss Alma is the primary caregiver, meaning she bears a majority of the financial burden for their children's daily expenses, including food, clothing, and school supplies.
Honestly, being a bartender, my income is not fixed, so, I'm always saving for a rainy day. That's why I don't want to part with a lot of my money, my savings. I want to keep some of that money for the future and
Your children's future.
Well, yes, yeah, that too.
Right, so that means you shouldn't have a problem paying the additional amount based on your income.
Well, what if I lose my job, Your Honor?
The courtroom falls silent as Judge Vunderbee delivers her ruling. She recalculates the father's income based on his actual earnings, placing him at $60,000 per year. Based on this, his monthly child support obligation is increased from $500 to $1,680. Additionally, she orders him to contribute $450 toward Medicaid reimbursement unless he can secure private health insurance for children. The father's expression shifts as he realizes the weight of the judge's decision. He attempts to argue that he has already been providing for his children, but the judge swiftly shuts down his excuses. She stresses that child support is a fundamental responsibility and not something he can choose to minimize based on his personal savings goals.
It feels like I have 3 kids,
Well,
since you're not
do
really
visit
doing a
them
part.
from time to time. You know, I was there last month. I took them for the entire weekend, and
Oh, you took them for one weekend. You took your children for one long weekend.
yes, ma'am.
Parenting.
My
You're not
job-
going to get a medal for that. That's what you should do as a parent. You should take your children for long weekends. You should buy them backpacks. You should buy them laptops. You should buy their clothes. That's what a parent does. And based on what she's saying, these children are with her most of the time. Do you think about how her expenses increase with your children always being with her? $500? That's probably enough to cover groceries. If
Judge
that.
Vunderbee's ruling is a powerful reminder of the importance of parental accountability. The court's decision ensures that child support aligns with financial realities rather than personal convenience. The father's initial reluctance to pay more is met with firm reasoning, highlighting that his financial responsibilities must match his actual earnings. His claims of uncertainty about his income hold little weight against the undeniable fact that he has been making significantly more money than he originally reported.
Well, that might be true, but you have to consider this. I work almost every day, and
I do too.
I don't get a break. And you know, parenting the kids, that takes a lot of effort, and sometimes I don't feel like I'm up for it. You know, I'm tired, and so I have already taken a lot of time off. You know, for those parties, for the celebrity parties, I have to work extra hours, and so
You haven't said anything that moved me. You just gave a bunch of excuses, quite frankly.
In cases like these, the legal system plays a crucial role in ensuring fairness. Many parents attempt to downplay their earnings to avoid paying higher child support, but as demonstrated in this case, the courts are equipped to address such discrepancies. Judge Vunderbee's no-nonsense approach reinforces the principle that child support is a shared responsibility and that both parents must contribute fairly to their children's upbringing.
You didn't deny anything that she just said. So you are in agreement that you're making about $5,000 a month for these private parties, right?
yes, ma'am.
Okay, that's all I needed to know. And it is true that these children are on Medicaid, correct?
Yes,
And you only have 3 children?
yes.
All right, so we're going to modify your child support today, Mr. Alma. It's the right thing to do. You're gonna have to pull from that savings that you're saving for yourself and start saving for these children's future, as well as taking care of them monthly. You got it?
Beyond the financial aspect, the judge also calls attention to the emotional side of parenting. She points out that simply visiting the children occasionally or buying them gifts does not equate to fulfilling parental responsibilities. True parenting involves being present, both emotionally and financially, on a consistent basis. By emphasizing this point, Judge Vunderbee reminds viewers that child support is not just about money, but about ensuring a stable and supportive environment for the children involved.
All right, so this is what we're going to do. I'm going to base your child support off of that $5,000 a month, which will put your salary around $60,000. Like I said, gross is $5,000. That brings your net down to $4,101.87. Do you have any other children outside of these 3?
No, ma'am. That's the only children that I have.
Okay, all right. And then I'm going to do 9% of your gross for the reimbursement to Medicaid, which comes out to about $450.
This case serves as a wake-up call for anyone attempting to evade their financial responsibilities as a parent. It highlights the importance of honesty in reporting income and demonstrates that the legal system is designed to protect children's best interests. Judge Vunderbee's fair yet firm ruling ensures that the children will receive the support they need, while also holding the father accountable for his obligations.
Do you have access to private health insurance? Can someone at one of these private parties get you some health insurance for these children?
I can try.
Well, I would suggest that you do, because I think that you can find health insurance a lot cheaper than $450, okay? So $450 plus your monthly child support obligation comes out to $1,680 a month. Okay? You have any questions about that?
No, I understand.
At the end of the hearing, Miss Alma expresses relief, knowing that she will now receive the financial support necessary to care for her children properly. The father, on the other hand, leaves the courtroom with a new understanding of his responsibilities. The judge's ruling not only enforces the law, but also serves as a lesson in responsible parenting. What do you think about this case? Do you agree with the judge's ruling? Should parents be held more accountable when their income increases? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe for more courtroom breakdowns. This case is a perfect example of how the legal system ensures that child support aligns with financial realities. Judge Vunderbee's no-nonsense approach highlights the importance of parental accountability. The father's initial excuses are swiftly countered by her firm yet fair stance, ensuring that the children receive the financial support they deserve.
Okay, it's the right thing to do. So I would hope you do understand. You have 3 kids. You have to take care of them beyond backpacks and everything that we've already discussed. Mom needs some assistance too, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, is there anything further?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, well, if there's nothing further, you all are dismissed.
Thank you.
You're welcome.